No, the truth is you love your kids in different ways for different reasons, right? One of my boys I got 2 extra years of life and love and experience with. But the other hand, one of my boys is very sweet and cuddly and kind. He's easy to get along with. He can entertain himself. And he's just so easy. And yeah, that is the same kid, but I mean, the other one's good too.
Think about it every night. Don't let this house fall down. The Lord left long ago.
I love my other son. His name is Theo, which is Greek for the second one. And I love Theo. He's so adorable and cute. He's just got a couple little quirks, you know. Like he wakes us up every morning by poking us in the eyes and screaming. Runs into the kitchen, starts pulling stuff out of the drawers, starts pulling knives off the counter. He's broken 4 remotes, 5 cabinets, our dishwasher. He drags a bat around the house like he's in a fucking horror movie. Just... When he's tired, he gets faster and meaner. But other than that, he's great.
It is Saturday. I'm at the club. I'm about to go in. Last night was a lot of fun. A lot better than Thursday. It was like 35 people, but they were super into it. Really fun crowd. Mary and Camilla killed it last night. They're so funny. They have such great jokes. I like being here, man. This club is owned by a comic named Mike Cronin, who is just parked kind of near me, and I'm the only one in the lot, and I feel very self-conscious that he is watching me talking to my phone on some bullshit. He is a great comic. I met him about 15 years ago. We were doing a bad one-nighter in northern Indiana. I think he was the first comic I met from Detroit. At the time I was still living in Cincinnati, but I was born in Detroit, so I always have the Detroit connection. I was so excited to meet him. He was so funny. He was very nice. I get to hang out with him now here whenever I do the club. Sometimes an opportunity just happens. Sometimes he needs to fill 10 or 15 minutes. Sometimes the headliner's late. Sometimes people just come out and they want to see him. So he goes on stage begrudgingly and he's like, oh, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't like stand-up anymore. I fell out of love with it. I just, this sucks. I hate this. And then he will go on stage and absolutely murder for 10 minutes. Come off stage and be like, that's fucking terrible. I don't know what's, I just don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, man, he's really funny. He's got a great club here. I had one beef with the club. It is not a hangout club. Both comics were gone before I sold merch. That's no shade to them. There's also nothing out here. All of us live at least 40 minutes away. I think I'm the closest one, and I live 40 minutes away from the club. Camilla's got a youngin', a 1-year-old at home. But even the staff, I mean, they give you drink tickets. I've only used 1 drink ticket every night because the bar's closed by the time I'm done with the show. Everyone just wants to pack up and get out of here, and that's so different from how I came up at Go Bananas. They're just super welcoming. Come in, hang out. There's so much more of a bond between comics in Cincinnati for that reason. We hang out in the club, we bullshit, we riff, we try to make each other laugh, talk comedy. That leads to so many great things, and I struggle to find that here in Detroit. There are great clubs. This club's awesome. Mark Ridley's probably top 20 in the country, one of the best clubs. Ann Arbor Showcase is up there too. But there's not really a club that's just like, come on, hang out. That's a shame. I gotta go in. The show's gonna start in 20 minutes, and there's 4 cars out here. All I can see is this dirty ass window from my dog who died 3 years ago. So that's bummed me out. I gotta go. I love you. I'll talk to you after.
Michigan lefts, that makes so much sense. Why would you go left at an intersection? That's dangerous. No. What you want to do is you want to hang a right, immediately get over 4 lanes of traffic, pop a Yui, and come back. It just makes more sense.
Saturday post-show recap. With that club, they do the summer pass thing where you spend something like $100 and you get in for free whenever you want from June until late September. It's essentially movie pass, but for a stand-up comedy club. And what he told me is that people have been coming twice a week, which is rare. And the great thing about seeing a comedy show is the good ones make it look conversational, or they're just coming up with it on the spot. When you see two in a row, you're like, oh, that's the same thing. Because comedy's all about surprise, and if you have already seen all of it, you're not that surprised. So what I tried to do tonight was a mix of older stuff. I actually was in a weird situation, which I haven't been in a while. As I've said multiple times, my set is linear. I start with like some personal stuff. I usually do growing up stuff about my parents, my brothers. Then I go into relationships, and then I go into kids, and then closers. I have so much material, but the way my set is built, you know, if I'm past relationship stuff, thinking about kids, you know, if I'm past parents, I'm thinking about relationships. And I do have a couple of miscellaneous bits where I can throw in anywhere, but I got to a point where I was like, oh shit, we're at 35 minutes, I got 10 more minutes and I don't know what to do. I ended up doing 3 jokes that I normally close on back to back. I kind of needed it because I lost them in the middle with some of the darker stuff. Not even darker stuff, it was the kids have it too easy these days bit.
Well, I guess kids have it too fucking easy these days, huh? When I was your age, we ate cold food and we died and we loved it, all right? I get what you're saying. Some stuff gets easier, sure, but other stuff gets way harder. You know, like bullying. I grew up, I got bullied at school, got bullied on the bus. I just got to go home and be alone for a while. Now with the internet, it's nonstop. It's 24/7. I feel so bad for these bullies, right? They got to wake up extra early, log in, bully, 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 bully. Catch a bus, kick a kid in the nuts, go into school, push another kid into a locker, tell him his dad's a trans, grab another bus, run back home, log back in, bully, bully. When are these kids gonna get a break? Bring back the AOL away message. Like, hey man, I'm gone for 6 days, just want to let you know you're still a homo. Like, that'd be nice.
That doesn't go well in a lot of older crowds, especially. I ended up getting off a minute and a half early because I got a huge laugh, and I was like, well, I'm not going to top that. Let's get up. It was so much fun. I had a great weekend at One Night Stands. They're an awesome club. So grateful to be there. I love Mike Green. I love the whole staff there. They were so nice. And then I did something that I rarely do. I always regret not doing it. I was done by 8:45. I could have drove home, but what I decided to do was head down to the Comedy Castle. Jordanjensen was there, one of the funniest comics working right now. She is in New York. She's got a Netflix special coming out in the fall. She also happens to be my fiance Lindsay's favorite comedian. I think it would be me, but it's her by a mile. It's not even close. She put on an amazing show. It was one of the funniest shows I've seen. My buddy, friend of the show, brettsolferino, was hosting for her. Got to hang out with him for a little bit, and then after the show, turns out a bunch of other local comics were there just to see her. It was cool to hang out at a separate club from where I was working. If I still lived in Cincy, that would be the norm. Living here, I don't have as many connections, I don't hang out as much, and also I'm 40 minutes north of the city. You know, that's tough to do. It was cool to be able to do that, see the other comics, and just go to a comedy show where I'm not doing a guest set. I don't know the headliner personally. I just want to go and watch and enjoy. And I did. I enjoyed it. The feature was super funny. It had some great one-liners on top of really good songs. He was okay. To be honest with you, I missed his entire set. I didn't see him. I felt so bad, but I did see his set. Now I'm gonna go inside. The dog's gonna wake up. Then I'm going to have a couple of White Claws, play some old school video games, and try not to wake up my family. Okay. I'll see you next week. Boop. My newest thing I have currently is that I have a web series, 19 years into stand-up comedy, and nobody knows who the fuck I am. So check that out. But I get to do cool shit, you know? I'm doing this club here. I'm going to Key West next week. I opened for Tom Segura at the Fox Theater over there a few years ago. Yeah, so cool things are happening, but I also, you know, live in a trailer park. So follow your dreams. This weekend, I was originally booked to feature, was told a day or two before that she was actually bringing a feature. So I will be co-featuring, which is basically featuring, but there's no hosts. There's just 2 people doing 20 in front of the headliner. We took turns, and it was fine. The comics were great. They were fun to hang out with. They were both super funny, and it was a good time. That club just bad luck, and it's not set up great also. Set up stadium style. This drives me nuts, but for whatever whatever reason, when they only sell like 50 or 60 tickets, they put everyone in one row on the bottom and then the stragglers just above that. The stage is probably 50, 60 feet long. There's a slow arc around, so you're performing essentially 180 degrees. When it's just that first row, it kind of feels like people cornered you in an alley. Again, like I mentioned with the other ones, it's not a hang club. It is way downtown, which is cool, but also parking sucks. One more nitpick about the club, like the bar clubs I talk about, how they have servers designated to the green room. This club is not like that at all, and the way you get drinks or food is you go out of the comedy club, across the lobby, into a connected bar, and then you sit at the bar with like paying customers, and you wait for the bartender to order food and then put it on the green room tab and go back. So you still get free food and drinks, which is nice, but it is such a pain in the ass to go do it. And the only person who actually pops into the green room and sees if you need anything is Kyle, the manager, which just feels like a power move to me, to be like, oh, hey, the manager, can you get me fucking vodka soda or whatever? Like, it sucks. But he's always super accommodating. I am home and I'm gonna sleep in my own bed tonight. I'm gonna be in Key West in 4 days. Looking forward to that. It is hot as fuck here, so I can't imagine it's gonna be breezy and pleasant there next week, but I'm still gonna be in the Bahamas, so y'all can suck on that.
Well, it's not like we don't try. It's worth it every single night. Don't let this happen.